Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to an all new season of Rearranged Rooms. It's your boy Jay, taking you through a house we just purchased here in South Florida. We've got a lot to cover. As opposed to a lot of other seasons where we were doing flips, this one's really special because this is going to be a rental. So let's get right into it and show you what we're doing. Let's go. Okay guys, we are now inside the house, and something that I want to go over is just how different it's going to be to do this rental property versus if it were actually a flip. Now, typically in flips, I'm going to put a lot more time, a lot more energy into it because I'm trying to sell the house for top dollar. This house in particular has some really interesting facts about it. The first one being because of its location, I believe that in the next 5 to 10 years that I'm going to be tearing this down and building something much larger. So right now, what I'm going to be working on doing is a rental that is, or excuse me, a renovation that's just enough for a rental, as opposed to doing something grand and over the top like if it were to be had I been selling it. So let me go over some of those things right now and tell you what they are. First one is this we're inside of is the enclosed veranda. I'm not really sure what it is, but I do believe at one point that this space was really open. And over the last, who knows, 20 years, 30 years, it was enclosed, they put wood floors down, and they included it as part of the square footage of the house. Now, what's nice is that it makes the house a little bit bigger. What's a little bit unfortunate is that the space is a little bit too small to actually be another bedroom. So instead, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn this into a really nice sitting area, something that just has a really casual vibe to it. So what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be smoothing out the walls, because if you guys can see it in the camera, they look really bubbly. It just does a really poor texture to it. Once I smooth out the walls in here and I get it painted, I'm gonna have the floors sanded down and just have them refinished so I can get a really nice clean look, and then I'll be ready for furniture once I change out these old blinds. Keep it really simple. Let me walk you through the house and show you some more stuff. Okay, we are now inside the living room, and what's really interesting about this space is that it's pretty long, and because of the shape of it, we're gonna have to try to include it with the part we were just at before, which was like the front veranda area. I don't even know what to call this space. We'll call it a veranda for now. So what we're gonna be doing is trying to find a way to combine the two so we can do our best to elongate the space. Now, something that's really interesting is because these are old windows, at least I believe they were to be old windows, we could at least take it all the way down to the bottom here, right? So that you can just have a walk through. But the thing about it is I just don't know how necessary it would be. I'm just trying to find ways in which I can increase the perceived space so that somebody who's staying inside here doesn't feel it's so claustrophobic. Now, something else that we're gonna be doing, I'm gonna swing you guys around, show you the fireplace. Now, the fireplace is really interesting because it's just a really cool feature that they had in a lot of these old houses. I do not plan on having the fireplace working, but I do wanna know that the fireplace does work. The reason why I wanna do that is because when it comes to rentals, you never know what somebody's gonna do, and it's probably best that just in case of anything, it does work so that we don't have any issues. Because if it doesn't work and let's say something goes wrong, that's just way too much liability to have to deal with. So what I'm gonna be doing as far as cosmetically, cleaning up all this tile, smooth it out really nice and neat. Probably get rid of this old piece of wood that's on here, take off these really dated, not even dated, it's probably like from the 2000s, but I just think it's hideous. Really just modernize it so that everything is nice and clean and simple, and leave a space above so you can watch TV. Okay, something I wanna go over are what happens when you have old houses like this. Can you guys see this in the video? Like, do you see how the floor just dips down, right? You can really get it from a really long distance away, but the reason why I bring this up is because when you have these old houses, as beautiful as this floor is, there could be a lot of headache related to it because it really matters what's happening underneath the house. What does your structure look like? What's the condition of that structure? I can tell you based on the way the trusses are running that this wall here all the way down is a structural wall. And that structural wall over time started to settle, and that settlement started to drop the beam underneath the house. So what's happening is the floors have taken it with that beam and started falling down with the wall. So something that I'm gonna be doing over the next couple weeks, I'm gonna be looking under the house to see what's the condition of the structure. Fingers crossed everything is okay and nothing is too bad, but I can tell you at the very least, we're gonna keep it very simple. We're gonna try to sand down the floors as best as we can, We'll try not to disrupt too many issues, especially when it comes to things that are structural, but at the same time, I do know how important it is, so we're gonna make sure we get all that stuff squared away so that this house is ready and safe for the person moving in. Okay guys, we are now inside our brand new kitchen. Actually, it's not brand new at all. It's disgusting. It's filthy. There's nothing but roaches like everywhere. And something I'm gonna be doing is putting a tent over this whole house because of how disgusting this house is. From the nasty appliances to the dirty fridges, the sinks, I don't even wanna touch anything. But what we're gonna be doing in here, we're gonna rip out these counters because it's tile, it's beat up, it's old, it's disgusting. The sink we're gonna be getting rid of. We'll put a brand new countertop on. I'm either go butcher block or stone, depending on the cost and what it's gonna be. I'll put a brand new sink in here that's really nice and usable. All these appliances gone. Put stainless steel in here. I'll buy them secondhand. I can find some amazing deals. A whole package like this is gonna cost about $1,500. And when this kitchen's all said and done, I'll probably be in and out for about $5,000, which is a really good price, all things considered. So let me take you guys around the house and show you some more stuff. Okay, we are now in the back side of the house. This is the laundry room. Now, this space is very cramped. Something that you have to realize too is that we have a gigantic tank here. Now, this tank is reasonable for the size house. The problem with it is that because they're so tight, it really isn't conducive to the space that we're in. So what would be the best decision is to actually get rid of this tank, even though it's actually in really good condition. And I wish that the house had a little bit more space because I would not change it. But just because of how tight we are in this house, I'm gonna be switching this to tankless, putting it right here on the wall. And because the electrical panel is right next to it, it's not gonna take much effort at all to switch it out. It's just gonna be a cost thing. As far as the rest of the laundry room goes, the washer and dryer actually are in pretty good condition, so we're gonna be keeping those. We're gonna clean up the space in here, get rid of these old racks, put some new blinds up, paint it, and call it a day. Okay, we are now inside the only bathroom of this house, which means that we really got to do it nice. Now, something we're going to be doing as far as the shower wall itself, because it's actually in pretty decent condition, we're just going to be spraying all of this nice bright white color. We're going to take out all these old shower fixtures. We're going to be replacing them. Brand new tub, spray, really nice, really simple. The shower floor, not the shower floor, the tile floor inside the bathroom, we're going to be ripping this up, put a brand new tile down, new toilet, new vanity, new mirror, super simple. It's going to look great. Okay, we are in the second bedroom of the house, which is kind of the main bedroom just because of the size of it. Something that's incredibly interesting about this space is that in order to get to it, you gotta go through the laundry room, through the bathroom, and then into the bedroom. So strange. Now, there is a little bit of a workaround, literally, is this door right here. So this is an exterior door. Once it's swapped out, you could actually go around the house and then up through a back deck to get to this bedroom. It just seems like a little bit of a nuisance to go around your house to get to your bedroom. Kind of silly. But as far as in here goes, we're just gonna clean it up nice, maybe do some sanding on the floors, really light. We're gonna paint the walls. We'll do a new fan right here up above. Once the fan goes in, take down these hideous curtains. And for the most part, this room is all the way done. Okay guys, we are now inside the first guest room of the house. Now, what's really interesting about this space is that you don't have to go through the bathroom to get to it because this is a little bit more normal. You go straight from the living room and walk right into your bedroom. As far as what we're doing in here, we're keeping it super simple. New fan up above. We're gonna be cleaning up the floors like the rest of the house. Walls gonna be painted. Again, get down all these old blinds, curtains, get rid of those. We're gonna be doing a really nice new door for this closet because these old mirror doors, they're just a thing of the past. Put up some new shelving and in here is complete. Okay, something I want to talk about what you have when you buy old houses, you got old problems. Let me show you the window, for example. Look at this window. Look at this. See this tape? See behind the tape? You see this rope? Can you see that? That rope is a pulley system that this window uses to go up and down. It is ancient. Now, another problem with these old windows, you have all kinds of insects that get through them. So what I found out, the reason why the tape is on the window is because the previous renter couldn't stop all the insects from coming in. So something that I'm gonna need to be doing over the next couple months, I gotta change out these windows. I gotta go impact because 1 is gonna help with the insulation, 2 is gonna help with the insurance, and 3, it's also gonna help as far as getting the house to be a lot cooler and more soundproof. So again, old houses, old problems. Okay, we are outside in the back deck. Now, back here is a little bit different just because we have a lot of work to do. If you look at all the wood, how it's rotted away. All this is gonna need to be replaced by the owner. Another thing that's gonna need to be done is all through here. We're gonna have to change out all these boards, put down something new, some new proper wood screws that actually can be used exterior. Now, what the problem is here is they actually use just interior screws. Interior screws are gonna rot out from the rain and all the moisture that's gonna penetrate the wood. It's also not even the right kind of wood, and it's also not spaced properly. So once we clean up back here, we're gonna have a new back door in place. We're also gonna take out this old screen door and replace the one that leads to the bedroom. So a couple changes, but you're gonna see it's really gonna help once all this stuff is cleaned up and you see what it looks like in the end. Okay, y'all, that wraps up the episode. Really short and sweet today, just because the house is very small. We don't have a lot to do, but at the same time, we wanna make sure that we do it right so that the people who come into this place have a really nice place to stay. So if you guys haven't already, be sure to follow me on Instagram and right here on YouTube at J Abrams, and know that this is your channel for all things design and real estate. So until next time, catch you later.